Greetings, Rigil Agateiades here, and today we're going to be a little less serious. Not like I'm usually any more serious about winning, but today is especially worse because we're on the one and only Gelgoog. Nope, nothing in front and nothing after, just Gelgoog. This 350 cost general type is the exact standard version of the famous mass production mobile suit in the 1 year war, today in a 400 cost match at level 2. But don't be deceived to think it's just a normal general type because of that. Its performance is rather peculiar. Well, at least that's the way I set it up today. While it can be a bog standard general type if you take the bazooka as the main weapon, take out the Gelgoog beam rifle instead and you might be up for a surprise. With 2000 damage every uncharged shot, it didn't take us long to remove the Red Rider entirely. Low hit rate, high damage, and 50 ranged attack means the Gelgoog beam rifle is up to no good. And with ballistic weapons the mainstay at 350, the low beam defense of most mobile suits at this cost only makes this weapon even deadlier. But at a cost. It only comes with 10% stagger accumulation and no instant stagger. With no normal stagger until you charge it for 4 whole seconds, which is the same time as the Zog's giant laser of doom. The Gelgoog is not going to stop anyone with that beam rifle. Not like you get any other merit by charging either, with only 1.2 times the damage, but increasing your heat gauge to 95%. Do some basic maths and you know it's very bad for your damage output. So unfortunately for our team today, they might have to do a bit more staggering though. Thankfully, the Gelgoog got a bit more than just the beam rifle. Being part of the Great 30 mobile suit buff, the Gelgoog got itself both a weapon upgrade and a brand new weapon. That new weapon is the jamming grenade, creating an electrifying cloud of purple smoke. This smoke causes radar jamming on contact, and deals quite some significant damage if you hit all 8 ticks. The problem is that it also doesn't have much stagger, and most likely, no one's going to walk into it. Well, that's exactly what I needed to do most of the time, so I'm not complaining at all. But the buffs didn't stop there. Next is the upgrade to its grenade, now renamed Type 3 Hand Grenade Z. Dumping 1600 damage every 2 seconds, the Red Rider stood no chance against the DPS of the Gelgoog. While we can't stagger it even with the grenades as they only come with 50% stagger, it doesn't really matter if they're already dead. Well, your team is also probably half dead by then, which is a problem. As the Gelgoog comes with close to no stagger at all when using the beam rifle, you really only serve as a final countdown for the enemy. Yes, you will take down someone, and rather quickly as well. But before that, enemy is free to do anything they want. Hey, at least we added kill the Gelgoog ASAP to the top of their to-do list. Other than the all-in on damage weapon loadout, everything else on the Gelgoog is bog standard. Which is a good thing, because the last thing we need when we have no staggers is an extra weak point. With every skill you'd expect from a 350 general type, so emergency evasion, melee combo controller, and balancer. All we had to do was fix the melee defense with custom pass, and the Gelgoog is ready to go. You'd also want to put on special leg armor, because despite having special leg buffers, the fat Gelgoog legs attract a lot of attention. And those who chose to ignore you usually don't end well. Red Rider came diving in. He knows we have no staggers, but he might have slightly overestimated his durability. As always, our gun cannon takes a big hit, but we've made sure someone else always goes down before him. Doesn't make the Gelgoog a good pick for winning rated matches, but as I've said at the start, we're not being that serious today. And in terms of having fun, the Gelgoog sure is a good choice. Thanks to having a second grenade, the Gelgoog can now bring seemingly endless fire just by swapping between the two and the beam rifle. Just don't charge the beam rifle, as that really hurts the damage output and perhaps your only point of existence. Final minute. Team is signaling to hide, but you can't really do that for a whole minute in Arctic, so we'll take the front line. While we can't put out staggers, we can at least grab their attention and hope the shield on our back actually does some work. Manage to reel in the Zaku diver, and we keep just enough distance between us. We don't have staggers, so we're not going to get a melee through, but just by keeping him on the hook, we chipped half his suit away. Would have been more only if we didn't ruin someone's day earlier. While we're having fun, someone else surely wasn't. Eradicating the Red Rider 3 times made us a big target, and you can feel the hatred just by the way he's sticking to us. Would have finished him in a shot or two, but unfortunately, evasion doesn't work against 2 enemies. While the Gelgoog shouldn't be your pick in rated, it sure does a lot of damage. With the short cooldown on the beam rifle, as long as you don't charge the shots, the Gelgoog can bring raw beam damage like no other at low costs. It does mean you bring no stagger to the table though, so not everyone on your team would like your pick. The enemy raid type probably hates it even more. Wait, now that I think about it, weren't we just a special system cooldown pickup for the Red Rider? Oh well, bad thing or not, we still owe an apology to our gun cannon, but I'm sure he doesn't mind too much because we've won anyway. That's it from me today, and the latest.